Hello fellow crafters, Janine here, and it's been a little while since I did a planner video, so I thought I'd kind of show you an update of what I've been doing and where I've been going with my Faux-Bonichi that I made. Basically I'm just kind of keeping the color schemes and the stamps theme towards, you know, what's the major event of that month. And of course February is Valentine's Day, so I just used my Crayola markers because I've got quite a bit of them, and then just used hues of pink and red to decorate my planner with. On my overall monthly view, I like to keep my son's, he's a police officer, so I like to keep his schedule on this so that I can see you know, when he's working days, nights, and what days and so forth, so that if we're trying to make plans with them for some event, I know you know, when he will be available for different events. And then I also am trying to keep kind of an overview of my filming and video uploading schedule here, because I like to try and plan things out for the month, because it helps me to kind of really stay on track with my filming schedule and with my uploading schedule, to make sure that, you know, I've got my month pretty much rounded out to bring you guys consistent video content. And then I just used the sticker, or this, not stickers, the stamps rather, from, I think it was this month's February Simon Says stamp kit. I just used all the hearts and the arrows from that stamp set, and used it to just go to town stamping all over my weeks. So I continued with the pink and red theme on my weeks, and then I used this It's Your Day stamp to bring my attention to days where there were birthdays. So that really helped. I like having a stamp for that, either happy birthday or something that says, hey, this is a special event day. So it brings my attention to it, so I'll know if I need to make a card, and of course to wish that person happy birthday, or, you know, whatever, and make sure they get the card. And then I have found that I'm not using this section of my weekly planner as much as I thought for taking notes, making lists, and so forth. And then just kind of my day-to-day schedule, days that I wanted to have video, and then of course my mom's birthday dinner. And I doodle a little bit. I don't have the best drawing skills on the planet, so I just doodled a little cake right there. And then her actual birthday was the next day, and then the different church events I have going on throughout the week. And so I changed my color scheme up a little bit with each page using the different colored markers that I had. And again, some more doodling. I just traced around these hearts and made them look like balloons, put the arrows. Of course, we had Super Bowl, so I drew a little field goal with a little football going through it. And of course, here was Valentine's Day. So I made, you know, make sure that stood out. And I'd kind of gotten a little carried away last month with my snowman stamping, so he showed up in February a little bit. And I started getting a little bit better about my note taking, and then just some inspirational thoughts that I had, I've started jotting down. Something I've been working on through prayer and scripture reading and so forth, and meditation, is about negative thinking. And something that came into my mind while I was going through that was, the words that enter your mind and leave your mouth are the reflection of the position of your heart. So I wrote that down because that was something that obviously, you know, was a fairly profound moment for me. And then some notes about things that are coming up. And then the last week of February here, I don't have a whole lot of notes going on, and I haven't gotten to decorating March yet. And then when I go to my journaling section, again, it was just really not the busiest of months. I started jotting down the ideas that I had for videos for February, and then on this side I'd started a prayer list. Try to keep the high priority things, but honestly I did not have a whole lot of journaling to do. So I'd like to see myself get, because that's why I wanted this sort of book. I wanted a book that gave me the room for notes and journaling and processing thoughts and so forth. And at the time that was really important to me, but for whatever reason I haven't stayed on track with that. So I'm hoping to get a little better. I did start in January, but you can see I only did one page of kind of when I was doing my scripture readings and taking some notes about those scriptures. So if you would like to, I was going to start decorating for March. And I'm sorry I say a lot. It's a terrible habit. So because March is about St. Patrick's Day, I thought I would use the hues of green. So I'm just picking out all the greens that I have here and see what I like. And I do have duplicates. Now one of the things that I, just so that no matter what color my page is, so that his work schedule stands out to me. But that's not what I thought it was. But it's my son. I want to make sure that his schedule stands out to me. So I've been taking this really, really bright yellow and just using it like a highlighter, and just going over all of his work days so that I know I can easily spot on my calendar what's going on with him. Now I didn't in February, and I kind of regret it now, use a ruler to help me. Okay, let me see what I've got here. Grab a piece of scrap paper and see my greens. And see which ones I'm gonna like for this. Okay, definitely like those two for the light and the dark, so I need my two mid-tones. I think I'm digging this one and this one for that. So that's going to be my color palette. So I'm going to go from my lightest to my darkest. And I know there are a lot of people out there that have really fancy planners going on. And there's all the stickers and all the bells and whistles, but I was hoping to bring you videos that would show you how you can use simple materials that you have on hand to decorate your planner and make it pretty, to show you that you don't have to go out and spend a fortune to have a well organized planner and pretty planner and customized to you, to your likes and your dislikes, color palettes that you like. Your planner should be a reflection of who you are and what's going on in your life. And also, it shouldn't cost you an arm and a leg, because who's going to be looking at your planner besides you? So we're not having to decorate this to a point to impress other people, or because other people are going to be inspecting our planner. You know, this is for us to look at. So we don't need to go spend a fortune on products to make our planner just look appealing to us. At least that's my thoughts on it. I mean, I could see where somebody like me who enjoys planning and decorating and so forth, it's not necessarily about impressing other people as much as I just want it to look the way I want it to look. And I get that way of thinking too. But this really and truly is something for your own use, and so it doesn't need to be, you know, it doesn't need to be planned to the nines and decorated to the nines. Because who's going to see it besides you? I mean, yeah, you might pull it out in a group of friends to look through it when you're checking schedules with other folks and whatnot. But for the most part, this is just something that's for your reference. So it doesn't have to be fancy schmancy, man, and it doesn't have to have hundreds of dollars worth of material in it. At least that's my thoughts on it. But I always say, to each their own. If it is in your budget and in your interest to go and buy an array of stickers and stamps and specialty products to decorate your planner and make it snazzy, then by all means you go for it. But I'm really just perfectly happy using some Crayola markers and stamps that I have on hand to make my planner fun and colorful. So I think that's a reflection of who I am. I mean, you know, at least I think so. Some people in my life might disagree. Maybe they don't see me as fun. I just realized I should have picked out a couple more greens, but that's okay. I'm just going to repeat with the lightest green and then the next color and so forth. I just really want to make a point that I'm really not knocking anyone who likes to have a whole bunch of stuff going on in their planner and spending money on it. I mean, it's like I say, to each their own. If that's what makes you happy and it's in your budget, you go for it. I guess I'm just sort of on the frugal side, and I like to work with what I have. I mean, I like getting new product, don't misunderstand. I like having new craft supplies to play with. But I like to be frugal in the sense that I like to know that my craft supplies will be useful for more than just one project. That I'll be able to use them again and again. Because to me, that's really getting my money's worth out of them. And I kind of like the free form of this, but the artist in me likes the free form of the lines not being perfectly straight, but the OCD in me really likes the really straight lines. I have a dual personality, I think. There's two people inside of me. So what I did with the last one, and I kind of like the effect, was I used two different colors, two shades of the colors that I was using. So I went on this section on the notes and lists and whatnot. I used the color that was furthest away from the main color for the page. So the main color for the page is going to be the lightest green. So for this section, I'm going to use the darkest green. Okay, now I'm just going to repeat that process on the rest of the pages. I'm going to make this section one shade of green and then this section in different shades of green. And when I finish that, I'm going to come back and we're going to decorate this planner, because it just hit me. We have not only St. Patrick's Day in the month of March, but we also have Easter. So I think rather than doing green for all the pages, I think when I get to the Easter page, I'm going to do some more colorful spring colors. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so I've laid in the basic color schemes. Got my greens on here and on these first couple of weeks, and then I started with the bright springy colors on the other two pages. I gotta tell you, when I was digging through my I think Crayola makes a few more markers in the colors I have, but not a whole lot more. I think I've got 48 colors now. There are a couple of duplicates in here, but for the most part I've got a pretty good variety. and I think they make 64 colors total. But even those are still in these really bright arrays. So who's with me? Who thinks that Crayola needs to create a line of grunge colors, like earthy colors, and you know, kind of move out of the brights and pastels and into some different tones? I mean, give me a thumbs up if you think Crayola needs some grunge colors. I feel like they do need some grunge colors. But anyway, I'm not going to do a whole lot of decorating for March just yet. I'm going to come back probably in the middle of March and we'll take a look at the planner again, because I know I've got a set of stamps coming in from Simon Says Stamp that are going to have an Easter theme, and I don't have any clover stamps. So I'm just going to make, here on St. Patrick's Day, a basic clover shape, which really and truly isn't more than just 4 heart shapes on a stem. There's one clover. I'm going to do another little one down here. And I think I'm going to go back to this page and do one on the 17th. That was a pretty sloppy one, but that's okay. And as far as videos, I know I've got some plans. Of course, now I can't find my, there's my ink pen. Actually, I'm going to make you wait. I'm not going to tell you what my video plans are just yet, but save the date, because this date, March the 3rd, is going to be a very, very, very special video. You're going to want to tune in March the 3rd and see what I've got going on there. And let's see, I know I've got birthdays. Actually, St. Patrick's Day is my stepdaughter's birthday. But let me see if I can find a... I don't want to use that stamp on something. Let me do a birthday. I somehow or another have lost my favorite birthday stamp. I'm a little miffed with myself on that one. I'm gonna find a birthday one here pretty soon. It's probably gonna be the last one. There we go. Thank you, May May. This is her Happy Everything stamp set, and I love it. So I think let's see, I think I've got, yeah, a green ink pad. So this is a Cottage Ivy by Memento. A shell. I'm trying to think if there are any other March birthdays. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any. Oh, let me just go ahead and hang on to it just in case. And then I know for Easter, I want to do a cross. And I think I'm going to do this big, pretty scrolly one, and I'm going to do it in brown. And this is Rich Cocoa by Memento. Sometimes stamping on the book can be a little tricky. See, I didn't get a good impression in the middle. So I'm just putting my finger under the page and kind of rubbing it against the page, against the stamp, and there I got the rest of that middle in there. I'm just trying to decide if I want to color the cross in or leave it like it is, because I do like it kind of simple and plain. Yeah, I think that's all we're, well, no, you know what, I can't help myself. I just absolutely can't help myself. Let's see, I'm going to start on Good Friday, and I'm going to do my best. My drawing skills are not exactly spectacular. But I'm going to start putting some Easter eggs in. Like I said, I don't want to do too much. Because I know, I've already seen the stamp set that we're getting for March for Simon Says stamp, and it's got Easter bunnies. Or bunnies. It could be any kind of bunnies, I suppose. Alright, and let's give these Easter eggs some color. Do you have children at home that still dye eggs? My youngest one rather is 15, and he is out of the Easter egg dyeing age range. And it's funny, when they're little, I don't know about anybody else, but I know I had a bad habit of kind of like wishing time along, like, oh, I can't wait till we get old enough to get past the Easter egg dyeing stage. And now I would love for him to be Easter egg dyeing age again. Don't hurry it along, those of you who've got young children. I tell you what, it goes by too fast as it is. I have granddaughters now, but I don't get to, so far they're still pretty little. They're both just over a year old. So I don't think they've done the Easter egg dyeing yet. But hopefully when they get a little bit older, I'll get to participate in some of that with them. What's your favorite spring activities in general? I know, when I think of spring, I think of Easter and Easter eggs and things in bloom, flowers, the grass coming back to green again, coming out of its dormant stage. It just seems like everything is so fresh. Everything smells fresh. We have the most acclimate weather in Louisiana in the spring. And I love to just throw the windows and the doors open and let all those beautiful fresh spring breezes come through. Now this Easter egg is looking kind of pathetic. I think I'm going to outline him. I guess I'm out of practice on Easter egg dyeing, or coloring for that matter. Well, if you're doing a DIY planner and you're like me and you don't necessarily have stickers galore and so forth, what are your favorite planner decorating activities? Or do you have any at all? Or are you just not really into the planner phase? But I mean, if you are into the planner bit, what are your frugal ways of doing a planner? I think I'm going to just do one more egg. Like I said, I don't want to go too crazy because I do want to save room for some other stamps with an Easter theme. There we go. I think that's a little better egg shape. Let's make you pink. I think I'm gonna make you pink. Do you use colored pencils? Do you use markers? Stamps? I know I've got other embellishments I could probably incorporate, but honestly I'm too miserly for that. I want to save them for card making. Yes, I'm slightly miserly like that. Flowers. I knew I was missing something. We need flowers. I'm just going to throw in some really simple flower shapes here. Down here in the South, forget May showers. April showers bring May flowers. We've already got flowers by May. Yeah. Let's see, I think I'm going to give my cross a little grassy knoll to sit on. And maybe some blue happy clouds. There we go. I think that's going to be all for March for right now. I think we're going to save some stamping room. I was trying to see if I had any flower stamps just yet. I do, well, I do have one. I think I'm going to use my Crayola stamps. My Crayola markers. Oh, I need to condition this stamp. It's not wanting to take the marker. Hang on just a second. Let me stamp this off and got a fingernail file in here that I keep for just this purpose. Alright, let's see if that gets any better. Now here's a trick I learned from the frugal crafter Lindsay Wyrick. Breathe on it to reactivate the ink rather. There we go. A pretty little flower. Pretty, pretty flowers. Let's do that again. We're going to make pretty, pretty flowers. That's just not enough contrast there. Green stems. Not quite what I was looking for, but that's okay. Let me just do a little something something to it. Give it a little outline. And already we're looking a little better. There we go. We're making a happy planner. Happy, happy, happy. Now I'm going to sound like Phil Robertson. Happy, happy, happy. I just can't stand these big empty spaces. It's about to drive me crazy. I've got to put something in them. You can see about how much patience I have for waiting for that stamp set to come in. There we go. I want a blue flower. And a yellow flower. I like blue and yellow together. It's one of my favorite color combinations. Pink and black and white and yellow and blue and white. Yum, yum, yum. Just love, love, love those colors. Pretty fall. So, so pretty, my dear. Okay, you guys are going to have to make me feel a little better because I kind of feel like I'm talking to myself. So y'all got to leave me some comments and let me know that someone out there was listening. Otherwise, I really am just talking to myself. Now, we are all set, or past set for February. We've actually gotten quite a ways done in February. And now we've got a really good start on March. We've got Easter eggy pretty blue clouds. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me, for hanging in there. I know this is a long video, but that's what a planning video is, man. It takes time, you know. You can't just build a planner and decorate it and expect that to happen in 5 minutes. So I appreciate you staying till the end. As always, please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my Facebook page. I'm going to leave the link for that in the description below. And as always, you have a very blessed day. Bye now.